I'm trying really hard to figure out how to set up this camera so y'all can see me, but the more I do it, the more this looks like I'm setting up for a pornography video.
He's a slut, he's a hoe, he's a freak. Okay. He's a slut, he's a hoe, he's a freak. He's a slut, he's a hoe, he's a freak. Got a different girl every day.
I got a collarbone, I got a collarbone, I got a collarbone, hey, hey, hey. Okay, so on today's agenda, we're gonna talk about my journey to getting the weight loss surgery. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, and I'm gonna go ahead and take us down from here, and we're gonna sit at a normaler level than this. So if we could just come on. All right, hello everybody. So today I'm gonna be talking to you guys. This is the first of a few videos, a series that I'm doing about my journey to weight loss surgery and what life has been like since having weight loss surgery. So today I'm simply gonna focus on how I chose weight loss surgery and the stages leading up to the actual surgery. I'm gonna be doing my makeup simultaneously while I tell this drama-filled story. So while trying to edit this video, I realized it was too long, so this makeup look will not be completed in this video. I do apologize. So let's jump right into this informative, dramatic field story. The way that weight loss surgery actually came up initially was that my father was heavily pressuring me to have weight loss surgery. I have been working on my weight loss journey for years. You guys know I started my weight loss journey, and I want to say, publicly talking about my weight loss journey, probably in 2015, when I came out with my first YouTube channel. I wasn't really interested in weight loss surgery at the time. I do know a few people that have had weight loss surgery, but I just personally wasn't really interested in it at the time. I just wanted to share my journey and how hard it is and my ups and downs. So when my dad kept talking about getting it, I was like, no, 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 no. And deep down, the truth is I didn't want to get it because I was scared that people who had been following me would judge me and say, oh, well, then you can't do it any other way, which is not true. It just, that way didn't work for me. I tried it. Y'all saw me try it a billion times, and it just didn't work for me. So I decided, after my dad kept pressuring me to finally consider it. And honestly, I had a lot of resentment for my dad pressuring me because it felt like it was more of his, it felt like it was more of my dad getting what he wanted rather than me doing what was best for me. But at the same time, I was also focused on people judging me if I did get it. So I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to actually do my face before I do my eyeshadow. Never did that before, but we're going to try it today. So bear with me. I'm putting on my primer right now by LA Girl Pro. So moving on. So it gets to spring 2019 and my dad's like, well, I'm retiring or whatever. My insurance is going to be up soon, but if you do this weight loss surgery on my insurance, we can do it for little to nothing at this point. I think you really should heavily, consider doing it at this point. My insurance is going to run out in August, and I was 25 at the time, so I was still in my dad's insurance because I'm a grad student. And he was like, so please just, really consider it because this is our last chance to be able to do this and blah, blah, blah. Then he had the nerve, y'all, the nerve to throw my mom in there, and she come one day.
So your daddy told me to ask you if you were interested in weight loss surgery.
I know he got you up to this. So I finally decided to, okay, I'll give it a try. So initially I went through Lafayette General in Lafayette, Louisiana. I sat through their class, what weight loss surgeries there are. And just for some people who don't know, there are, I want to say four or five, but I can tell you that there's definitely, you have your band, which is when they put a band around your stomach. They have the sleeve, which is what I got. They have the gastric bypass, which is what I was most familiar with. And they had the duodenal or duodenal switch, however you want to pronounce that. So the level of severity goes up in the order that I gave you. So I did the initial consultation with my doctor. He ended up suggesting that I get the duodenal switch because he said, oh, you'd be a perfect candidate for duodenal switch. I didn't have any major health issues or anything like that, and I was 331 pounds, and I'm like listening to him like he knows what's best, you know? Why not listen to this doctor? Why would he tell me the wrong thing? So I go in initially thinking I'm going to get the duodenal switch. Again, at this point, like I said, we're on a time crunch. My dad's insurance ends in August. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So it is at this point probably late May, early June, and everything's on track. You know, I'm filing things on my insurance. Everything should go through. I'm talking to the weight loss patient advocate. She's making sure everything's going through fast. I didn't have to do the whole like lose this much weight before, blah, 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 blah after. I skipped that phase. I know some people go through that, but I didn't have to go through that. So basically, once my insurance cleared, I was good to go, and that really didn't take that long. At this point, we're just trying to schedule a date. So originally, my date was set in like, I want to say late July, right? Like late July. My insurance ends in August. Keep that in mind because that's important. So the beginning of July, I have to start this 2-week pre-op diet, which means I had to cut out all sweets. I had to cut out all sodas. I had to cut out everything that's fun. And I was left with high protein and and greens basically. So I was eating broccoli and chicken, drinking nothing but water for 2 weeks. That's what I was supposed to do. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's get it. And I'm going to get all my healthy things, and I get a call from my weight loss advocate. Hello, I have to let you know that Dr. has decided that he needs to push your surgery back another 2-3 weeks, so it won't be until the end of August. Why? Well, I don't know. He didn't really give a reason. He just said he won't be able to do it at that time, so we have to push it back. So here we are. I've decided that even though my surgery is pushed back and I don't have to start my diet just now, I'm gonna go ahead and start it anyway, just to get myself in the mood, I am doing everything I need to do. We get to the 2-week mark. I am doing my diet. This is the last week before I have my pre-op appointment, which the pre-op appointment is a week before the actual surgery, right? Fine, great, perfect. So I go in to do my pre-op appointment, and this is when things get really dramatic. As a matter of fact, I gotta stop trying to do my makeup while I talk about this, because this really like shook me. So I go in to do my pre-op appointment with this doctor who has recommended me to do the duodenal switch. I go in to talk to the dietitian and things like that, and I hadn't really quizzed myself on the information in the book that they gave me. I knew it, I can recognize it, but I can't tell you this many ounces and this many ounces. Why? Because I'm the type of person that I'm not going to memorize something that I have a reference for. That's just me. That's how I do school. That's how I do work. Things that I need to know that are essential, like don't drink soda. I can remember. Take your vitamins. I can remember. But things like how many ounces, how many this, like I have a book. That's how I felt. And I wasn't told that I needed to memorize this information, so I didn't memorize it. So I sit in the office waiting to see the dietitian and things like that, and they give me this paper to fill out, and I'm like, I don't know these, and I didn't have my booklet with me at the time. So I don't know this off the top of my head. So I go back to her. She's like, oh, did you fill it out? I was like, no, I didn't want to fill out anything wrong. I just fill it out with you. And she says, oh, great. Okay, cool. So we sit in there. We're talking. I've lost 20 something pounds at this point, right? Because I've been on a diet for about a month. like more like 5 weeks at this point. Like I didn't eat anything I wasn't supposed to eat. And I'm mentally preparing myself because it was mentally exhausting. Like the idea that someone's gonna like cut into my body, and it was just a lot, you know. It was very scary, and I was already kind of discouraged because my surgery had already been pushed back once. So go in here and everything goes well with the dietitian and things like that. So now I'm just waiting to see the doctor. I'll wait to see him. Kid you not. This is how this conversation went.
So you know, I had a patient who was pregnant, and she had a baby who was born blind. I mean, with no eyes.
Okay.
Well, I'm letting you know, if you don't know if you're ready for, this surgery, because, if you're trying to have kids, then,
Okay.
all right.
I'm confused.
Well, it seems like you're losing weight, but my team just doesn't think that you're ready for this type of surgery.
And I'm like, what do you mean I'm not ready for this type of surgery? I've been studying it. I watch nothing but YouTube videos about this specific surgery. I've changed my entire diet. I literally have read over this book. I'm pretty much well versed on everything that I'm getting myself into. But he's referring to, I guess, the fact that I didn't fill out this one form that no one told me I needed to memorize. So now I'm getting emotional, right? This surgery may not happen. And that was just like a hard thing to swallow, because you've been on a diet for 5 weeks. You've been anticipating this. You were already kind of like nervous about it and things like that. And here you are 1 week away from your surgery date, and your doctor is like telling you that he wants to push back your surgery again. And it's already the beginning of August, and you only have to the end of August. So like in the beginning of I don't even think it was more like the middle of August, like the 11th. He was originally trying to push it back to the end of August. But my dad called and was like, can you please put her in somewhere so that we don't mess up and not be able to do the surgery? Like, I'm getting emotional because I'm realizing he's trying to push back my surgery. And he like goes, see, I can see this lets me know that you're not ready.
This lets me know that you're not ready.
What is making you think that I'm not ready?
Right? You're not looking me in the eye.
I'm sorry, I'm emotional. I'm not gonna look you in the eye. I'm trying not to cry.
See, that lets me know that you're not ready. That lets me know that you're not ready.
What are you talking? Like, what is happening right now? Like, it felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I just did not understand why he kept telling me I wasn't ready. And I said, well, I understand I didn't fill out this form, but your dietitian and things told me that they felt that I was doing great. They didn't seem that they had anything negative to tell me. They actually went over the form with me. They were like really proud of me. So I'm just kind of confused on how I go from such positive feedback to you telling me that they told you that I just wasn't ready completely. Like, I don't understand.
I have to believe what my team tells me. I have to agree with them. And if they don't think that you're ready, then I can't say that you're ready.
Let me just say this, it doesn't really make sense to me, because this is the second time you're pushing back my surgery. So you have to understand, I'm just a little upset. I'm just a little disappointed. And then things really started to crumble because he just flat out lies to me.
Well, I pushed back your appointment the first time because your insurance didn't go through.
And that's when I realized what this whole thing was about. Because my insurance had indeed gone through. There was no way that we would have been able to continue our process if the insurance didn't go through. I could literally look up the login dates with my bariatric patient advocate, and she would say, yes, your insurance went through. She called me the day that it went through. My date wasn't even set until it went through. So this is when I realized he was not telling the truth. So I said, well, that's not true. My insurance actually had gone through, and he cut me off.
I'm going to let you know right now, if you keep going, I'm just going to have to cut you off as a patient altogether.
What? Like, cut me off as a patient? Like, where is this? I'm confused. I said, look, we're having a conversation, and I just feel like you're not really leaving much room for me to say anything. You keep kind of cutting me off.
Well, no, I'm not cutting you off. I know. I already know.
Okay, well, can I please speak?
Okay, fine. But before you speak, let me just say this. It doesn't matter what you say right now. I'm not doing your surgery next week.